Okay. Oh, you know who's coming? Who's getting back together this weekend is the Fanatics, one of our Louisville legend bands. The Fanatics. Now this is from a video I found from 1991. Doing that Harold Melvin song, if you don't know me by now. But the Fanatics were made up lots of guys from, I think we're like 50 something here. Yeah, they're having their 50th anniversary coming up. And so obviously in the 60s, they got this group together. And then it sort of changed. There were a few guys here or there that came and went from the band. And they have, what they've done is they've assembled all these guys back together for this weekend. And Bob Tribble was actually in the studio yesterday here. And we had a chance to chat with him. So here it is now, Bob Tribble, who joined me in another studio. One of the great bands that made the 60s so wild in the Louisville area, the Fanatics. And Bob Tribble joins me. Hey, Bob.
How's it going, Terry?
How old were you when you got into music in the Louisville scene?
I was 13 years old. I started out in a little neighborhood band, Linview Subdivision, and got a shot at being in the Fanatics when I was 15.
Were your parents concerned you were going to become one of those long-haired, troublemaking musicians?
Well, they were worried about me getting in with the wrong people, and actually the music served me very well. I got in with a good bunch of guys, and I'm blessed to have been with them for so long.
All right, so the 50th anniversary is coming up, and you're celebrating at Jim Porter's, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be kind of unique because we have 4 versions of the band that will be playing that night from 7 to 10, starting with the original 6 guys from 1965, all 6 original guys that have not been together on stage for 48 years. And they will be there that night along with the 70s version, 80s version, and then the version that was when the band quit playing in 2010.
When did you first hear your music on the radio?
You mean the Fanatic music?
Yes.
Or,
yeah.
We had
something that you were involved with.
Oh, we had a record in 1968 called Bright Lights, and it was number 8 on Wacky. And so that was the first
That was
time.
pretty exciting, wasn't it? I mean, you're listening to hear yourself on the radio, and boom, there you are.
Well, you sit by the radio for literally hours and waiting for a 2.5-minute song to play, and you tell all your friends and so forth. But yeah, it was a big kick, especially for a young teenager.
Did you get any money out of that?
No. No.
But you got girls out of it.
I don't know that anybody got any money out of that one. And number 8, wasn't a big monster.
But wasn't that when people would go to the record store or to the radio station and pick up the list of the countdown and you'd see your name typed out?
Yeah, absolutely. WKLO and WAKY, and actually it was all based on Variety Records, the sales that were at Variety Records, and so we go in and buy up all of our own records, to boost the sales.
Boost the sales, of course. That's a smart play right there. And then there were those clubs in various parts of Louisville, teen clubs, like in my neighborhood, St. Stephen Martyr, I forget what they called it.
We did.
Oh, that's it. And then Holy Family was HOFA.
Holy Family was HOFA, and then you had Tosma, which was Trinity.
Teenagers of St. Matthew's area?
Yeah, and then you had Savin Teen, which, was that St.
That's a grocery store.
It was Savin Teen, and then, there were a dozen others. Groove Inn and Newman Lodge and Bella Wolf.
You were the coolest guys in town. Still are. Well, Bob, it's good to have you in here. The Fanatics 50th reunion, like you said, each band, each configuration through the various decades, all performing. This is Saturday night at Jim Porter's.
Saturday at Jim Porter's from 7 till 10. Please get there early. Doors open at 6 if you want to get a table, because it's going to sell out.
Great talk to you, brother.
Good. Thanks, Terry.
The Fanatics. There were hits on the radio some years ago, and all the guys are talking again. So you have the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s bands all back together in their various configurations. Saturday night at Jim Porter's. Coming next, our new sports guy is going to drop in and do a sportscast for us.